Alright guys, I'm sick of hearing how easy it is to turn left. You've got access to this series. You've got this car and you've probably got it fully upgraded just like me. So I dare you, I challenge you and I dare you to go as far as I'm about to go. Because it is not easy. In fact, you know what? I'll show you all my tricks. I'll show you everything I'm going to do. This is going to be an expose or a detailed explanation of clock management technique and all sorts of stuff I'm doing. By the way, this is my St. Patrick's Day car. Of course, it's green with some cool Irish designs on it. I love it. So I'm going to go backwards here to about 43.5 seconds. Then I'm going to hit in forward. And I'm going to switch to see my timer in just a couple of seconds here. There you go. So I'm watching for approximately 43.5, but that's not all you have to do. You're also going to have to take the corners just like I am. So I would recommend 44 seconds. Start there. And I mean, this looks crazy, but look, I'm logging distance already. So I just logged an extra 0.26 kilometers, which doesn't sound like much, but there's something else this has done, and it's helped to space out the bots. Because I don't want to be passing a whole bunch of bots in the first few laps. That's not good. That's not good clock management technique. So I'll get into that. I want to show you something interesting though. Let's switch to driver view here just a bit. Take a look at the gear shift. Watch this. Just before he hits 291, he reaches for the gear shift, but he never shifts after this. It's really strange. Anyways, I'm out of time, so this looks crazy. I'm coasting. Now these guys are going to overbrake for corner 4, but watch the white car. He's just going to get back on the gas as I'm passing him, and he's going to give it to me. Because the bot programming changed quite a long time ago, I mean like many updates ago, where if you've substantially got the line, they'll give it to you. So OG racers who did this back prior to update 6.3 in the McLaren P1 GTR, you know exactly what would happen. If you're heading into a corner and you're trying to pass a bot on the outside, he would slam you into the wall. Now, for the most part, he'll give it to you. Now, the only downside is the McLaren P1 GTR cannot do this race endlessly anymore because they reworked McLaren generations back in update 6.3. So, only one car can do this track endlessly, and that is the Nissan Skyline Group A BNR 32. It's got its own series over in Pro. Nuts! I lost it. Really hard to keep it full throttle when you're passing cars, guys. You'll see. Now, at this point of the race, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to have to be slowing down in the first 25 kilometers of this race. I've got to slow down so I don't overfill my timer. Never want to overfill your timer. So you got to really plan this. There's a lot of strategy. Like I said, I want to see you beat me. I want to see it. I want to see if it's even possible for you to beat me. I know it's theoretically possible, but I want to see if other people actually have the skills. I know I'm really bragging this up a little bit. I'm really kind of throwing down the gauntlet there. But you'll see what I mean. This isn't easy. Watch, there he goes. He reaches for the gear shift, and he's never going to shift. This car, the maximum you can hit in this car at this track is 298. That is heading into a corner. Once in a while, there you go, 290. Oh, no, I had a lift for that guy. Sorry, that was 289, not 298. You'll see me hit 298 sometimes, though. If you don't get the angle just right going into the corner, you can't keep it full throttle. Now here, I don't want to have too much on my clock. So somewhere around the 25 to 30 kilometer mark, it's go time, which means no more lifting. Just keeping it pinned all the time. That's when it gets challenging. Taking corners here full throttle at 292, 294, not a big deal. 297, 296 even? Yeah, big deal. Like, look at this. That's sketchy. I mean, I took that right to the wall. I didn't hit the wall. Now I got 297. You drive out right, you get 297. Let's see if I can hit 298. I'm gonna have to get off the throttle for these guys. Yeah, I better slow down. I got way too much time on the clock. If I passed these guys, I'd be overfilling my clock, and it's too early in the race. You'll see it yet, don't you worry. You're gonna see how crazy this gets. And you'll see what I mean about how hard it is. Like, left or right, doesn't matter. Pushing the limits is pushing the limits. So, once I pass this car, I get 10 seconds. Start finish line, I get 20 seconds. You gotta keep all that in mind. So, you don't want to slam on the brakes when you're crossing the start finish line. You want to not pass a bot like a quarter lap earlier to avoid that situation. I want to be full throttle right before I'm kind of maxing things out. Oh, that's sketchy. I tell you guys, it's not easy. Now, you might have noticed this. The only place I use steering assist high is Indianapolis Motor Speedway and Daytona Motor Speedway. Oh, I got a little distracted looking at that madness. So I lifted off the throttle again. This bot's coming up, so I'd be overfilling my timer anyway. I'd have to slow down. So those are the only places I use steering assist at all. Sometimes Richmond I've done it. Yeah, now that I think about it, although Richmond's kind of a coin toss. I almost like it without any steering assist. I never use steering assist low. I don't find it to be any advantage at all. I'd rather have nothing than have low. Ooh, nuts! Clipped it again. Again, it's early enough. I'm not going to care about that. Let's just drift this corner. That's not going to be faster. Once in a while when I'm training for this race, I'd go and do another race and go like, what's wrong? Why is my car losing traction? What's going on? And I realized it's because I left steering assist high on. And so steering assist high requires you to race exactly, woo, that's scrapey. Steering assist high requires you race exactly like a bot. Well, there's a problem with that. Sometimes they choose stupid race lines, especially at Circuit of the Americas and the bus stop at Porsche Test Track. Those are amazing places where the bots do horrible race lines. There are other tracks too. I found Circuit de Catalunya. Check that out, by the way. He gave me the line, like I said. So that's the problem with steering assist high. Steering assist low, you can get away with for the most part. The only time it's really gonna hurt you is if you want to take off-track cuts. Which you might say, why would you ever do that? If you're trying to do a special event with really limited currency, then you need to do that sometimes. So there's some tricks there. Okay, driving it up towards the wall, and I clipped it again. Now, we're getting very close, so this is go time. Yeah, I really didn't need that mistake right there. Well, I didn't. You don't want to clip walls because you can also. Well, you know what? You can smash walls ridiculously hard at high speeds with your sides, and it won't matter. It's very rare it's going to matter. Oh wow, this is interesting. I'm going to have to actually lift a little bit. Oh no, that's good right there. I have to lift just because I can't get the optimal race line. But 87 seconds, I don't mind that. So already you can see this is the furthest certain people could go. Or, let's be fair, guys. This is a very early stage. Some people would have gone as far as this and just moved on. They wouldn't redo the race. But this is fun. This is a fun track. It's fun to keep it full throttle. And with the shallow corners of Indianapolis Motor Speedway, I mean, that's why it's such an iconic track, because you've got these shallow corners. I better lift. Nuts. If I pass these three guys, I'm going to be at 85 seconds. Nope. I'm going to lift. I'm going to save a bit of time. See, 80, 79. I don't want to pass these two. I want to be going full throttle, though. Okay, now let's do this. Let's do this. I was a little bit late to that throttle. That's okay. That's pretty good. Actually, that's pretty good. I didn't waste any time. I gave up a little bit of momentum, but that's pretty good. This might end up being my best run ever in this car at this track. In other cars, like in the McLaren P1 GTR, I can go 92 kilometers here. I can't do that race endlessly anymore. I've tried many times. In fact, I'm just going to put out a video. I'll have a link at the end here. Maybe I'll do them at the same time. I did a perfect run at that track. So from the start, I was full throttle and I never lifted and I never touched the brakes. And still, it wasn't endless. That car, it's not hard to keep that car full throttle around these corners. This car, at this speed, did just hit 298. Like, you kidding me? That's brutally hard to keep this full throttle at these speeds. You don't think it is? You try it. Now, you might say, oh, look at this. Oh, that was too sketchy, but I maintained my speed. Okay, I'm going to post this on my Facebook page. So, I challenge you, post your distance. Like, even if you don't beat me, post your distance. Maybe you'll beat someone else. Maybe you'll be in the top 10. I just like to see people post their distances, and let's just see how high this gets. Oh, I had a 294 I can do. Ooh, boy! Nuts. I can keep going, boy. Keep it going. This is a decent run. I don't even think I've seen anyone getting over 50 here. And getting to 50 for me, that's not so hard. Now that, a 294, 295, yeah, that's hard. Now watch this guy. He just ruined my race line. For some reason, at the entrance to the corners here, if you're passing a bot right there, they get confused. they seem to think you're on the inside and they go around you. I don't know why. It's been that way for a very, very long time. But for the most part, this bot programming is the best it's ever been. Meaning, like, what I mean is that they're giving me that outside line if I've got it. Old programming? Absolutely not. They just destroy you into the wall. They had no awareness of where you were. So based on that, I'd say it's update 8.0. Because I remember the head developer saying that they had to make a lot of changes to bot programming when they brought in Formula One content, because the cars needed to race in formation for longer without wrecking. They were wrecking. It was a disaster, apparently, in pre-testing. So that had all sorts of unintended consequences to other parts of the game. People don't understand that. Well, sometimes when they change one part of the game, it has unintended consequences in other parts of the game. So they've got to be really careful. That's why sometimes I leave well enough alone, because it's like, yeah, bot programming in endurance races is pretty good. It took them a lot of tweaking to get it this good from where it used to be. And I'm really happy to see 3 bots up there. Is it 3? At this point? That's awesome. I did a really good job as far as my lap times, not being too fast, too many in a row. Is that 3 or is that 4? I mean, definitely there's 1, there's 2. Oh, and then there's a 3rd and a 4th up there. Oh, is this ever? Oh no, this is 3 right here. Nuts, I'm gonna have to be careful. Ah! Okay, well, that didn't work. That's a mistake. Okay. Well, I wasn't there in enough time. Oh, come on, guys. I can't run out here. 3, 2, whoa, that's way too low on time. But I got 2 more up there. That's awesome. I wish I would have got around that guy better. At that point, I don't think I could have gotten down low to get around him, though. It's, sometimes you make decisions in the moment and it's just not the best decision, but it's the best you could make. Okay, this is pretty good. I should be able to get these 2 guys and keep this going. I'm really happy. I'm taking this corner really fast. See this? This could get really difficult here. Oh, and they're getting a little bit sideways. Ah, nuts. See there? He gave it to me. See that? That's amazing that he gave it to me. Okay, I don't think I'm going to see anyone else. I'm taking this really high. I'm going to probably be 296, 297, 297, 298. Beautiful race lines there, ME7. You're driving it like a champ. Ooh, I started my corner a bit late. No, it's perfect. At these speeds, there's only about a 2-car length window to start your corner. And if you don't take the corner right, you're not going to make it. Okay, look at this. Awesome. I recharged without losing speed. 2 more corners. This is going to be perfect. 297. Oh, no! Oh, I started that corner too early. Oh, man. Oh, I would have hit 60. I would have hit 60 kilometers. I've never done that here. Okay, once I run out of time, we're going to throw it 4 times regular speed. I'll pull out right at the very, very end so you can see, like, I'll slow it down again. So you can see, I'll change my view. 59.69. Oh, that's pretty good. I would have definitely hit 60 if not for that silly mistake. Please like, please subscribe. My Facebook link is in the description area. Post a screenshot. I'd love to hear from you. Bye-bye now.